Don't get me wrong, I do love this car, but it's got to go. I mean, you can see the garden around it. Drove it for a fair few thousand miles, was my daily for over a year, and wrote a rave review about it. Got a video review of this car, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the Saab, I love the Saab brand. I think it's nice and quirky. I think there's a lot to them. But unfortunately, this one being a diesel, it's not ULEZ compliant, so it's useless around here. 140,000 miles. It's had issues left, right and centre with EGR steering, which I've done. I've got separate videos on that. It's got an issue with the cooling system. Under load, it starts to cause a lumpy idle. It's got a few other issues, engine related. Alternator is starting to go, clutch is starting to go, and of course it's got massive damage down the side. So you can see a massive crease down the side there where it was hit, and it goes all the way back. It's probably about £500 worth of damage, even if you get a new door. And then on the inside, it's a real shame because I love these seats, but as you can see, it is not a good place to be in there. Obviously, being a convertible, the moisture's set in quite badly, unfortunately, and really eating away at it. And it is a real shame. I think it is such a lovely car, and these seats are absolutely awesome as well. If I could have taken one of these out and used it as an office chair, I probably would have, but I think they're a bit too far gone now. They've started to get moisture inside, and they've started to rust. Yeah, it's a real shame. I know someone would like to have saved this car, but to be honest, unless it's ULEZ compliant or petrol, it's not really worth it these days, especially as these are effectively obsolete anyway. So unfortunately, she's off to the scrappy in the sky. And who knows, maybe I'll get another one in the future with a V6 in it or something like that. Brakes needed doing. It was just basically gotten to a point where I'd need to spend thousands in maintenance. And honestly, unfortunately, it just is not worth it. So it is time for it to go to the big world of cubes in the sky, unfortunately. But I'm going to rescue the headlight bulbs from it, and also see what's in the boot, if anything useful. So, to get this thing open. Oh yes. Someone actually left a thing on it to ask if it wanted to be scrapped, but they're going to offer me £400 scrap for this when they come and pick it up tomorrow. So £400 I think is really good. I think just because the exhaust obviously is complete in the car. Going to get these headlight bulbs out, and also getting the boot. There's a manual release behind this cap here, which has run away, but we don't care about that anymore. And take the key out. Let's see. Oh yes. Oh, there's a whole Dell PC in here, as it turns out, which apparently I didn't know what to do with, and various other bits and bobs, which I imagine we're just going to pretend are not in here and get rid of, because we don't really need any of it. This thing is terrible. I've just replaced this with a new, really good plug-in air compressor. This one that I bought, it's a battery powered one, but it's not very good at all. I was very disappointed with that. Poor thing, it's been abandoned, neglected. Absolutely loved this car, but at the end of the day, as I say, they're really just not worth keeping hold of unless they're petrol models, which is a real shame. And I would have kept this and done it up, but after all the damage happened to it, and after the engine issues and the clutch going, it's just really not worth it, unfortunately. So I'd love to get another one of these one day, but until then, it's sayonara to the Saab. I'll just yank the plate off because I always keep these if I can. Always keep at least one from each car. No chance of me getting a shock off the battery because it's flat as anything anyway. I'll get my hand down in there and get these bulbs out, because these are going to go on the Merc, which I'm going to have a separate video on.